Hi guys, so today I want to talk to you a little bit about tracking your progress with your fitness. Now, we've already talked about why we're not going to track it with the scale in the other class, okay? But here, I just want to talk about how we track it with fitness. So often, we use the scale to measure our progress in our workouts. Now, if you really think about that, that is crazy, okay? How does the scale know how far you can run? How much fitter you are? How much better you feel? It doesn't. It doesn't have a clue. And there is no point in tracking your fitness with that. Now, a lot of it comes down to we're only working out because we want to lose weight and not because we want to feel better or any of those reasons. And you know I've talked about this in other videos. So I want to just talk about how we really track fitness. Now, when we start working out, no matter how infrequently or, you know, if we haven't got that consistency going yet and things like that, don't worry, we'll get there. It's very hard. It's easy, like first week, we're like, haven't lost any weight, so it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. But actually, fitness improves very quickly, especially things like your cardiovascular fitness. So that is how out of breath we get. So I want you to start thinking about the physical response, because we have a very physical response to fitness. Fitness is physical. So the first thing I want you to start to track isn't, you know, the number on the scale or your measurements or your photos or anything like that with fitness. Because the only thing that we're measuring when we work out is how much better we're getting, okay? So the first thing is that you'll notice usually is that you go less red. Now, for me, I used to go like beetroot color as soon as I went into the gym, and I was so embarrassed about it. And after about 4 or 5 workouts, I actually started to notice myself going less red. That's how quickly that works. So if you're not looking for anything else, just look for that progress. Now, some people that takes longer. Everybody's different, so I'm not saying that's how long it should be taking you. But that is just one of the signs that it's working, that what you're doing is making a difference. And that's the encouragement that we need, isn't it, with fitness? It's not, you know, so often if the scale hasn't changed, we think that it's not making us healthier, but it is. The second thing is how out of breath we go. So you'll start to notice that very quickly. I mean, even in week 2, you could see a difference depending on what kind of exercise that you're doing. You can notice very quickly how much less you are out of breath. So, you know, in week 1, you think you're going to die. But by week 2, you're like, that was tough. But, you know, by next week, I'll be able to go a little bit longer or a little bit further. So, you know, how much easier that's getting for you is really a milestone for you. So start to track that. The next thing is there are always going to be certain exercises that we hate. The truth is, we always hate the exercises that we're weakest at, that we're worst at, because those are the most painful and the ones we find most difficult. And so we tend to avoid them. In actual fact, they're the ones that we need to be doing more of so we can get stronger in that area. Now, for me, one of the biggest motivators is picking one exercise and measuring my progress with that. Now, which exercise you pick is it's important. So if it's one that you just can't do at all, I don't advise that you start with that one because it'll just make you feel bad. And those are often the ones that actually take a really long time to get better at. So don't pick your worst one, but pick one like, if you're walking, for example, how much further did I go today? How much better is my posture? How much easier is it for me to hold that posture while I walk? You know, really small little things about that one exercise or one activity that you're doing that you can notice a measurable improvement on. That is so important. And that will motivate you and guide you. And when you get bored of that one, you can just pick another one. But like I said, don't pick the hardest one because that's, you know, a quick way to fail, and you'll start feeling bad about yourself. I'm like, if I used the example of a push-up for myself, you know, even when I was at my fittest, I was still rubbish at push-ups. So, you know, I'm really glad that I didn't pick that one, because I've got really weak upper body strength. So that is just something that was always going to take me a really long time to build up to. So pick something that, you know, you can measure and that you are likely to get better at quickly. So the last thing that I'll say is you start to feel more, what's the word I'd use? Light. Like, you know, I always say the more you do, the more you can do. So when you start to work out, like the first week, you can feel very stiff, okay? That is called delayed onset muscular soreness, okay? DOMS for short. And that is perfectly normal. And a lot of people find that really uncomfortable, but it goes very quickly. So trust me on that one. But one of the things you'll notice, you know, in 2 or 3 weeks is that your body, like as you move around the house, when you get out of bed, when you get off your chair, when you get out of your sofa, whatever, that just becomes easier. One day you'll just get up and go, whoa, that was easy. You know, I've been struggling to get out of that armchair all month. Now it's easy, you know. Those are the things to look out for, because just day-to-day life stuff becomes easier, because when we exercise, it warms our muscles up, it releases stiffness. So if you sit a lot, you know, exercising is really going to help with your posture, how you hold yourself, how much energy you have, things like that. So you need to look for trackable signs that your fitness is improving. And I promise you it is. If you are doing the work, all of these benefits start to come to you before you will notice any other changes like on the scale and things like that. So if you're in the first couple of weeks of working out and you're thinking it's not working, then you've got to look for the evidence of where it is working, and those are just some of the ways that it's working for you. So I have put a checklist downloadable here underneath this video so that you can track your own progress, and there's room for you there as well to add your own, because it's different for everybody, you guys. You might find you're more flexible, or that you just have better range of motion in your joints. It could be anything. Getting in and out of the bath was easier. It doesn't matter. You track what you feel comfortable with, and track what you want to track too. There's no point in trying to track everything, because we don't all grow those things at the same speed. So some of these won't apply to you. So do this your way, but look for a physical fitness change, not a change on the scale. Okay, this will help to motivate you, and this will help you to stay consistent, because you will see the results much quicker when you're looking for the right things. I hope this helps. Fill out your checklist, and I will see you in the next video.